I have finally got my hands on one of these Bibles. I have been waiting to see this and review this and see what all the hype was about, because I've been hearing a lot about this one in some of the Bible groups that I'm on Facebook and just how great this is. And I've heard some people say it's the best Bible that they've ever seen and held and read. So here we go. This is the Allan NASB R1 Bible. It is in the New American Standard Bible translation, the 1995 version. It is a Reader's Reference edition. And the one I'm going to show you today is the bright blue goatskin leather cover, and it is a silver line edition. So let's go ahead and pull this out. My first impression was, wow, this really is bright blue. So I really liked that. As soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, it's really bright. I like bright Bibles, so I was impressed with that. It's going to have 3 red ribbon markers, which I thought red was a slightly odd choice for bright blue. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not, they're ribbons. It's not a big deal. And it's not an awful color combination, but I don't know. I could see more being like a navy or a silver or something of that nature, but nothing wrong with it. They're nice and long, double-sided satin, nice ribbons. Does not have perimeter stitching, as Allan Bibles do not have. So it should hold up pretty well, I believe. We'll see. Time will tell. We're going to have blue under silver page gilding, art gilding. So that's well done. And then our spine, we're going to have Holy Bible, New American Standard Bible, and Allan. And these are like, they're not really raised hubs. They're like, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but it's like indented in here, and then it's just a slight raise. So, I don't know. That's a very untechnical term, but hopefully you can see it for yourself there. Cover is beautiful, as Allan covers all have been in my experience. Going to get some cardstock here in the beginning, and then we're going to get our presentation page. And then you're going to have place to record family records, children, marriages, grandchildren, and deaths. And that's all on cardstock, which makes it a little easier to write on. Okay. And then we're going to get a foreword. This text block is from the Lockman Foundation. I believe it is the NASB large print ultra thin reference. Copyright 2003. So that's the text block with this nice Allan cover on it. We're going to get an explanation of general format. We're going to get an books of the Bible, table of contents there. And then we're going to get into the scripture. So this is a double column layout with center column references, which first impression, it does make the page look a little busy, in my opinion, but it does not make the scripture more difficult to read. It's just getting used to that layout of having center column references, where I'm used to a lot of my Bibles having them at the bottom of the page. It's just something to get used to, something different. And I do like that it separates the scripture from the references with the lines, and obviously the references are in a smaller font size as well. So you're going to see chapter numbers are bolded here, and this is a 10-point font, so it's nice and easy to read. Obviously we have a double column layout here. The paper's really nice. So I'm not very good at determining GSM of paper. I don't remember if this is a 32 or 36 GSM. I think it's 32. Apologize if I'm wrong on that. It's definitely a little thicker than the 28 GSM that you typically see in like your Schuyler Bibles. This Bible isn't super big and heavy, so it'll be a nice one to carry along with you. Be a nice one to use for verse mapping too. I don't know if you've seen my video on verse mapping of the James method that I put out earlier this year, but being that this has the references on each page here, that would be a nice one for verse mapping, because having references is part of that verse map. So be a nice one for that, as well as being the NASB translation, which is a nice reliable translation. Be a good one to use for that. right, let's go ahead and skip ahead. See, it's laying nice and flat. Now, I'm propping it up with my arm. So there's that, but even so, it does lay pretty flat right away, right in the beginning of the Bible. This is Psalms, so you can get a good look at what that poetic setting looks like. Go back into our New Testament here, and you can see it is a black letter text. All right, and as we get to the end of the Bible here, I skipped a little too far. Let's go to the end of Revelation here. Here we are. So we are going to have the New American Standard Concordance to the Old and New Testament. Font size is pretty small in that concordance, as it tends to be in our big premium Bibles here. And even really in a non-premium as well, but they do that so the Bible, they don't make the Bible tons more thick, because it already would be pretty thick to begin with. We're going to get our maps. And then we're going to get some lined paper, several sheets of lined paper in the back. This would be a good place for a travel log or to test your pens or highlighters if you're going to use those in the Bible. And then we are at the end. So, like I said, my first impressions of this Bible is I really like the cover. It feels great, as Allan covers are always really high quality. I love the color of it. The ribbon markers decision for the color, I think it could be not better, but I don't know. It just kind of threw me off a little bit, because I was like, oh, red, okay. I mean, I don't hate it. Again, like I said, it's ribbon markers. It's not a big deal, and I don't think it looks awful or anything, but just a bit of an unusual choice, in my opinion, for a bright blue Bible. But that's not a big deal. Does not have perimeter stitching, so I'm hoping like over time this doesn't separate, but I have other Allan Bibles and haven't had an issue, so I'm assuming that I probably won't have an issue with that. I like the 10-point font. I think center column references, if you're not used to that, that might take a little getting used to, but it does not, it doesn't cover up the scripture, make it difficult to read or anything, so I'm good with that. I think it's a really high quality Bible. I really liked it. I haven't read it a lot yet because I just got it recently. I have started reading it, but I wanted to get my review out as well, so I can come back and do an update video on how I'm liking this Bible and how I'm using it. I try to put a video out updating on what studies and everything I'm doing periodically, so I'll include this Bible in one of those videos in the future. I guess my impressions are I really like it. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I got to see it. I'm glad I'm going to get to use it to read and study. Is it worth over $300? It's in the eye of the beholder, I would say. Like I said, I'm not sorry that I got it. I did get it from a friend on one of the Bible Facebook groups that I'm in. But it's a lot. It's a lot of money. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It's definitely the most expensive Bible that I own, and I own a lot. It would just depend on your preferences. I would look at pictures of it, watch review videos online to see if it's something that would be worth it for you, because it is pricey. Like, it's pretty expensive. But overall, nice Bible. I'm happy with it. I'm excited to use it. I've been using the NASB translation a little bit more this year, trying to get into that a little bit more, and use along with some other translations that I like. So it will be good for that purpose, and I think I'm going to enjoy using it. So again, this is the Allan NASB R1 Bible.